In this video, we're going to take a look at the Kodak Verbatim 6.6 megabyte floppy system. It uses 5¼ inch diskettes that are rather special and factory formatted. You can't make them yourself. I believe they may be magneto-optical, but I'm not for sure. As you can see here, the disc looks like a standard 5¼ inch floppy, with the exception that the right protect notch is at the bottom of the disc instead of on the side as the standard disc. The specifications on the floppy are double-sided, high density, 17 sectors, 384 tracks per inch. The system that this is mounted in right now is a 386 SX25. Nothing really special about that. However, I have found that turning the turbo off will make the system or the Kodak drive work a bit more reliably. So let's go ahead and fire it up, and on power up you'll notice a ratcheting sound, which is the head on the Kodak drive initializing, and it does this every time the power is turned on and every time a disk is ejected. So now let's start it up. This system is running DOS 622, and you may notice the QNX loader thing there. It's a drive that I salvaged from a piece of equipment where I work. Okay, we are booted and ready. We will insert the disk, close the locking lever, and now turn off the turbo so that it will work properly. Alright, let's look at a directory on the disk. This is PSpice, which I got long ago and never really used it that much. It's the old text version that's just a little bit difficult to work with. As you can see, there are 3.9 megabytes plus worth of data on the disk. Now we'll just do a simple copy. To the hard drive. And off we go. Now I'm thinking that the reason that this system didn't really last very long as far as sales goes is that it doesn't seem to work very well on the faster systems. As I said, this is a 386 SX25 that has to have the turbo turned off so that everything will work properly. Also, the drive is just a bit noisy, and it might have put a few people off. Not a whole lot. I kind of like the noise that it makes. We can take a look at the servos for the head positioning. And we can take a look at the spindle drive motor because it is exposed and it's belt driven. I have never changed the belt. I assume that this is the original belt, which is kind of amazing in itself. It's not the fastest drive in the world. I think the specification calls for 500 kilobytes per second transfer with the Kodak disc. It takes a special controller card that's an 8-bit card and will work as either a replacement for a floppy drive controller or coexist with a floppy drive controller. However, it can only operate a 360K floppy. Our copy is complete. Let's look at what we got here. It all seems to be there. Whether or not it works, I really don't know. I assume that it does. Okay, now we press the release button to eject the disc, and you notice the ratcheting sound of the heads initializing again. And there we have it.